Hello everyone. Here is another interesting topic, English pronunciation, top 7 rules. Dear friends, pronunciation has been a challenge to many students because English is different from Indian languages, and uh, the English pronunciation is unique in its own ways, and it is not difficult to master English pronunciation. But there are certain rules we must follow, and here we discuss the top 7 rules of English pronunciation. Students, the first thing you should remember while learning English pronunciation is that you never go for speaking like a native British person or native American person, because there is something called accent neutralization. At this stage, basic stage, you don't need to understand what is accent neutralization. But remember one thing at the beginning itself, you do not have to speak like a native speaker to have good pronunciation. Good and correct English pronunciation does not mean speaking like a Britisher or an American. It's very simple if you follow these 7 rules. Rule number 1, you know there are 26 letters of alphabet in English, but the number of sounds is not 26. That is, there are more than 26 sounds in English, and the RP or IPA says there are 44 different sounds in English. And as we explained somewhere in this course, when 26 letters of alphabet stand for 44 sounds, it is sure that some sounds have more than one function. As we said, BUT is but PUT is put, and the vowel U, the letter U, stands for two different sounds. And vowel sounds are important as far as English pronunciation is concerned. Remember this, spelling is never a guide to English pronunciation. And the second rule depends on the first rule. It is important to note that the spelling of a word is not always an accurate guide to how it is pronounced. Look at the word here on the screen, Lieutenant. What is the pronunciation of this word? Lieutenant. And there is no f sound here. We write something and we speak something. And this is special about English. With Indian languages, maybe Hindi, Kannada, Urdu, or Marathi, you read what you write or you speak what you write, and there is one-to-one correspondence between the letters of alphabet and sounds in Indian languages. That is not the case with English. The spelling rules are different from pronunciation rules. Remember this second rule? Then the third rule is about schwa rule. And it is not difficult. Schwa may be a technical word, it may be a new word for you, but that schwa sound is very common sound, and it stands for the weak a sound in English. A. And if we get correct our schwa sound, that is a good way of making our pronunciation more accurate and natural. and your pronunciation will automatically become the pronunciation of native speakers, native British or American speakers. Look at the two words here on the screen, man, M-A-N. Here the middle vowel is pronounced as a in man. But the same vowel in the second word, postman, postman, it is not a, it becomes weak a. And this weak a in English is called schwa sound, weak a. We can have more examples, as this is one of the basic rules of English pronunciation. Look at the first sentence here on the screen. This one. I am going to the shop to buy some eggs. I am going to the shop to buy some eggs. Here in red letter or in red color, the schwa sound is given. To we pronounce individually as to, but in a connected speech that to becomes t. I am going to the shop. And the is not the, it is the. I am going to the shop to buy, not to buy. To is strong form, t is weak form. This weak form of these sounds is technically called schwa sound in English. And almost every sentence of English has this schwa sound. See, individual pronunciation of these words is different. To, the, the, again to, some, but in a connected speech, they become weak and their pronunciation is different. In the first sentence, we have 4 times schwa sound. I am going to the shop to buy some eggs. This present is for my brother. Brother. Last sound is a. In the third sentence, again, this, it's a book about a boy wizard. It's a book about a boy wizard. See, about, the first sound is schwa sound, a book. The strong pronunciation of a is a book. It is a book. This is typical Indian pronunciation. It is a book about a boy wizard. But the correct pronunciation is again here 4 schwa sounds here. It's a book about a boy wizard. And you should master this rule. Again, the next one is here. To survive the cold weather, you have to make through preparations. Preparations. And the red colored sounds are the schwa sounds here. And schwa, it is not difficult. In phonetics, this is the symbol for a. Or simply in Devanagari, you can utter it as this a. Again, this example, A-N-E-G-G, an egg. But in a connected speech, it is not an egg. It becomes an. I want an egg. A fried egg. In connected speech, a fried egg. A box of eggs. See the separate individual pronunciation of this third phrase in the example. A box of eggs. But in a connected speech, the correct pronunciation is a box of eggs. A becomes a. Remember this weak schwa sound and try practicing this rule. Then next, rule number 4 is about r. The sound R is very tricky in English. It is not in Indian English, R is pronounced at all positions. But remember, at some positions R is pronounced and at some other positions it is not pronounced. At initial position, railway, red, R is pronounced. When it occurs before vowel, it is pronounced, and at all other places, R is not pronounced. Look here, car, the word, the car parking, R is not pronounced. But the second sentence here, the car is here. The car is here. The sound after R here is vowel. Is this. The car is here. Here R is pronounced because it is followed by a vowel. Remember this rule about R? Then rule number 5. Some sounds disappear in a connected speech and it is technically called elision. Here we have interesting examples. The first one here, I am going next week, and T disappears. We don't say I am going next week. This is Indian, typical Indian way of saying I am going next week. But the proper way, the correct way of saying the same sentence is I am going next week. That was the worst job I ever had. That was the worst job I ever had. Just one person came to the party. See, T disappears. Just one person. Just one person is Indian English. Just one person came to the party. I can't swim. T disappears. In all these 4 examples, the sound T disappears and this is called elision. Remember this. I am going next week. That was the worst job I ever had. Just one person came to the party. I can swim. This is about elision. Okay. Then sounds twinning. The next rule is about sounds twinning or gemination. The same sound when comes one after other, there is gemination or a twinning. And here are some examples of gemination or sound twinning. I am a bit tired. I am a bit tired is Indian English. I am a bit tired. We have a lot to do. 2 T sounds. There are 2 T sounds, but in a connected speech, they become single. They become one. I am a bit tired. Bit tired becomes a single word you can say for the sake of your understanding. I am a bit tired. We have a lot to do. Lot to. Tell me what to say. What to becomes what to. She slept for 3 hours. I've finished. 2 sounds consequent, one after the other, they are twinned together, and this feature of English pronunciation is called gemination. I am a bit tired. Read the examples carefully here. And the last but not the least is sound change or assimilation. It is also called assimilation. Look at the examples here. Good girl. She is a good girl. Within brackets, the correct pronunciation is given. She is a good girl is Indian pronunciation. But in a connected speech, the native speaker will speak or pronounce it as she's a good girl, he's a good boy, he's a good boy, he's a good boy is not correct in connected speech. He is a good boy. I only use white paper. I only use white paper. I have never seen, I have never been in speedboat. Speedboat. See, the sounds change. In good girl, d is removed and g comes at its place. Good girl, good boy, white paper, speedboat. Or we can go now. We can go now. Further, we can buy it. N becomes m. And this feature of sounds change in English is called assimilation. All these 7 rules are very basic rules of English pronunciation. And if you aspire to master English pronunciation, mastering these 7 basic rules of English pronunciation is a prerequisite. That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.